Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate your support. And today I have the pleasure of talking to you guys about a fragrance that I recently discovered. This is by the company Habibi, and it's an Arabic word that means my beloved. This one is their men's release, and it comes in this nice little podium here, and it's called Embrace, right? So I'm gonna leave it right there because I think it is such a cool presentation. I also want to start things off by mentioning that this bottle was sent to me for review, and I just want to go ahead and disclose that in case you feel as though I can't be unbiased or impartial. Now, this fragrance was composed by Dominique Bouley, and I believe it was just released either this year or last year. In any case, it was released recently, and I got a chance to speak with one of the representatives or even the founder of the company, and he told me that he and his wife put this brand together to try to sell an inexpensive oud to the market. And I think that that is an issue, and we've seen it a lot with many different companies, many of which I love. Ensar Oud has really expensive fragrances. Even when you purchase a fragrance by Xerjoff, part of the Oud Stars line, it is super expensive. So this gentleman said, Steven, I want you to try our fragrance, and I want you to just give me your honest opinion and tell me, what do you think of the presence of the oud note in this, and how does it compare to more expensive ouds that you have tried on the market? And I'm telling you guys, heart to heart, I was pleasantly surprised by this, and it really raises a few eyebrows. So this fragrance, I'm very excited to be talking about its sort of Middle Eastern influence and the conception and the inception of the project. But let's go ahead and start things off by taking a look at the presentation. So here's the presentation for Embrace by Habibi. You have this really hard construction on the box here. You have this floral print embossed into the box, gold lettering, just more cardboard on the inside. It looks like it was going to be suede, but it's not. And then on the back here, you have the ingredients. It actually has the notes, and that's it. You also have the insignia embossed here at the top of the box as well. Now, it has this little podium, so it's very reminiscent of a Tom Ford Private Blend. It fits in there very, very nicely. And I just want to show you guys the bottle. Here it is, pretty cool. I like the rectangular cap, but it's a pretty simple, bottle. To some, it might leave a bit to be desired, but the cap does click into place, so you can pick this one up from the cap, and the distribution on the atomizer is excellent. You see it sprays out a lot of juice. And now I have this fresh blast of oud, basil, and citrus. Anyways, let's go ahead and proceed with the review. Now, when you first spray this on, you are going to get a blast of really zesty citrus. And I can't pinpoint if it's orange or bergamot. It just smells like this sort of conglomeration of citrus. And it also has this basil oil or basil note in there that gives it this sort of bright, because it is part of the mint family in a way, so it gives us this bright, airy, dare I even say culinary vibe. And in the heart, I know it has like some other spices and black peppercorn, and they all blend together very, very well. But of course, it goes without saying that the star player in this fragrance is indeed the note of oud. And I was so surprised by the quality of the oud that is being used in here. Now, I don't know what the method of extraction is, and I don't know where exactly the oud was harvested. All I can say is that if you are looking for a great scent that features the note of oud, but it does it so well, and it's not sort of hidden or disguised, but the level of concentration of the oud note and the way that it's blended just to give off this sensual and romantic vibe, I think it's done so remarkably well that in this fragrance, it's not skanky or too oudy or animalistic. It's not something that's going to turn people away from it, but at the same time, it's not so disguised and disfigured that you smell it and you're like, wait, there's no oud in here, like it is in there. And I believe it's combined with some other woody notes to really give it this sort of uniform base that I think is incredibly pleasant. But I'm really surprised by the quality of the oud that is used in here. And I think Dominique Bouley did a really fantastic job in composing this fragrance. Now, I also had my wife smell it, and she really likes it too. And I think it's because of the brightness of the basil and the citrus. And, she was able to smell past the culinary notes, if I am allowed to use that expression. But I think it's a really well blended scent, very sort of romantic and sensual. And it's a great scent that I would wear on a night out. If you're going on a date, you want to wear something that smells very sort of high-end and exclusive and very sort of inspired by the Middle East and a lot of the notes that are native to that particular area or region of the world. I think they did a really wonderful job with this one. So thank you very much for the opportunity. And we also have a 15% off code. I also want to mention to my viewers that if you are interested in picking up this scent, you can request free samples from the website. So please request the free samples. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway for 2 samples of this fragrance, so make sure to stay tuned until the very end. I'm going to be drawing off the men's version, but also the women's version. So make sure to stay tuned till the very end of the video, and I'll tell you guys how you can enter that. 15% off code right here and down below. Definitely make sure to visit the website. Also, free shipping in the United States. Let's finish things off with my rating. First up, I took a look at the uniqueness in the overall smell, and this is a unique scent. So I think in initially spraying it, I was expecting it to smell like another oud-based scent because the founder did encourage me to compare it with other oud fragrances that I have tried. The first thing that pleasantly surprises me is that it smells very different from other oud-based scents that I have tried. But I think the quality of the oud note is comparable to other oud-based fragrances that I have tried. So I think that says a lot in terms of aesthetic merit, and I definitely have to give it a lot of brownie points for that. Overall smell, incredibly pleasant. I know my wife is hard to please with my fragrances, and this is one that she was pleasantly surprised with. So I really like that. All the information is going to be down below to where you can check it out as well. Next up, I took a look at the versatility. Versatility is really good for this one. Dressed up, dressed down. I think because it's so strong and its eau de parfum concentration, I would probably reserve this for the colder weather. I also think the spicing nuances in the composition are evocative of the colder weather, talking about fall and winter. Longevity, incredible. 8+ hours, it's going to last a very long time. I think the projection on this one is really good too. It's going to jump up off your skin for the first 3 hours. Again, it has the zesty citrus, it has the black peppercorn, it has all the other notes in there that are of a more volatile nature, so it is going to perform really, really well. And then lastly, I took a look at the presentation. I think the presentation does leave just a little bit to be desired. The bottle itself is pretty simple. I mean, it has the basics, cap clicks into place, the distribution is great, the font is really cool, and I like the little podium. It's very sort of reminiscent or evocative of a Tom Ford private blend, right? Very cool design. But if I were to give this fragrance an overall score, in all seriousness, I would give this one about a 4 out of 5. And that is a really high score in my books. Now, I think that this fragrance is so well blended that if I were to basically want anything more from it, it would be the inclusion of some really weird and abstract note. I think it's really well blended, but I think in terms of a more artistic perspective, I would have very much in the vein of what Maurice Roussel does, where he has this pickle note in Riverside Drive and the lavender note in New Harlem and the clove note in Musk Ravageur. I just wanted something to offset the other nuance of it, but I do think that this fragrance has universal appeal. I think people are going to love it. I think this one would do really, really well, especially considering how inexpensive it is. Again, I have to encourage you guys to check it out. So thank you so much for watching. That was my review of this wonderful fragrance. If you own or have tried anything from this brand, or if this motivates you to check it out and you do end up sampling it, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, in order to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is tell me which one do you think you would like to try, and what are your favorite oud-based fragrances. So leave a comment down below. As long as you do those 2 things, I am going to enter you in the draw of being able to win both the men's fragrance and the women's fragrance in official samples from the company. So guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to be subscribed. Remember, I smell well so you can smell good. We'll see you in the next episode. Take care.